As you start thinking seriously about retirement, one question comes up again and again. Do I have to sell my home to afford to retire? For decades, downsizing has been presented as the obvious answer. Sell the big family house, move somewhere smaller, and free up cash. Yes, on paper it looks simple, but in real life it's not that easy. Your home isn't just numbers on a page. It's where you've raised your kids, hosted holidays, and built your life. And yet, I meet so many people who feel like they have to give that up just to make their retirement plan work. The good news, that's not always the case. Today we're going to take a look at this problem from a different angle. Is it possible to retire without downsizing your home? If so, what has to be true for that to work financially and emotionally? Hi, I'm Levi Palomo, certified financial planner here at Pillar Financial Advisors. On this channel, I share clear, practical strategies to help you work towards reducing taxes, preserve your wealth, and retire on your terms. If that sounds helpful, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with your retirement questions. If you'd like to connect, you can book a time using the link in the description below. Now, let's walk through this together so you can see what staying in your home could look like as part of a thoughtful retirement plan. Point 1. Why downsizing is so common in retirement. Downsizing is often presented as the simplest way to free up cash. You sell a larger home, which might be mostly paid off or paid off entirely. You buy something smaller or less expensive. The difference between the sale and the new purchase goes straight to your retirement savings. On paper, that looks simple, but there are hidden costs. Moving expenses, realtor fees, closing costs can eat into those proceeds. Property taxes and homeowner association fees in a similar home aren't always less. And emotionally, many people may regret leaving a home they've loved just to follow a formula on paper. This is why more retirees are asking, is there another way? Point 2, can you afford to stay put? The starting point is running the numbers. When I work with families, we don't just look at their home as a line item. We build a full retirement income plan that asks, how much income will your investments, Social Security, and potentially pensions generate each year? How much will you need for property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and utilities? Will these costs still be manageable 10 to 20 years from now, even after we account for inflation? Sometimes people are pleasantly surprised. If your retirement savings are strong and your spending needs are reasonable, staying in your current home may not require any big changes. For others, there may be a gap, but that doesn't always mean selling. Point 3, alternative strategies to access home equity. If your home is paid off or close to it, you may have a significant amount of your wealth locked up in that property. Downsizing isn't the only way to use that equity. Here are 3 alternatives. 1, get a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. This can provide a source of funds for major expenses without selling or dipping into your investments. 2, less common may be a reverse mortgage. For some retirees, this tool can provide income or eliminate mortgage payments while staying in the home. It's not right for everyone, but when used carefully, it can be part of a broader income plan. Think of this kind of as a last-ditch effort. 3, rental income from part of your property. In some cases, renting out a portion of a larger home or 2 flat can generate income that offsets expenses. The key here is to integrate these tools into your financial plan, not use them in isolation. Point 4, the role of taxes and cash flow. One of the biggest mistakes people make is looking at their home as a single decision rather than part of a bigger picture. For example, let's say you decide to stay in your home. How will that impact your cash flow each year? Do you have a plan for property taxes that may increase over time? How will your decision affect things like Roth conversions, Social Security timing, or required minimum distributions? For some families, selling a home can actually increase their tax bill in the year of sale, especially if the gain exceeds the $250,000 or $500,000 mark for couples exclusion. By keeping the home, you may be able to better manage taxable events and keep your income plan steady. This is where a retirement income plan that integrates investments, taxes, and your housing decision becomes so important. Point 5, when downsizing might still make sense. Up to this point, we've been looking at ways for you to stay in your home, but we also need to be balanced. There are very real situations where downsizing is the right decision, and it's important to be honest about those. Think about these 3 scenarios. 1, the house has become a financial strain. If the cost of maintaining your current home, your property taxes, insurance, utilities, and ongoing repairs, if that's consuming a large percentage of your retirement income, this can create stress to both you and the plan. You don't want to feel like you're house rich and cash poor. In this case, selling may free up your capital and reduce your monthly expenses, giving you more flexibility and peace of mind. 2, the home no longer fits your lifestyle. A large home that was perfect when you had children may feel like a burden once you're on your own, or just living as a couple. Stairs, big yards, constant upkeep, all of that can become overwhelming as you get older. Here, downsizing isn't just about money. It's about comfort, safety, and freeing up time to focus on the things you enjoy. 3. You want to relocate for family or community. For many people, retirement is a chance to be closer to children, grandchildren, or a new community. In those cases, downsizing isn't just about finances. It's a lifestyle decision. It supports your relationships and your health. The key is choice. Downsizing works best when it's a part of a plan you've made intentionally, not because you feel pressured by the common narrative that everyone has to do it. When you weigh the financial trade-offs alongside your values, downsizing can actually simplify your retirement and create clarity. When you run the numbers and you see you can afford to stay put, and that staying aligns with your vision for retirement, that's when you can make a confident choice to keep your home. So what's the big takeaway here? Your home is one of the biggest financial, emotional decisions in retirement. For some people, downsizing is exactly the right choice. It can free up equity, simplify life, and create a fresh start. For many others, it's not necessary. You can build a retirement strategy that allows you to stay in the home you love without putting your financial plan at risk. It all comes down to planning. This isn't just about looking at one number or one account. It's about creating a retirement income strategy that blends your income sources like Social Security, pensions, and investments, the true cost of staying where you are, and your long-term priorities, so you know you can afford to live the way you want. This is where clarity comes from. If you've been wondering whether you need to sell your home, or if you want to run the numbers before making a big decision, that's exactly the type of planning I do every day with families. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and like it, subscribe to the channel, and share with someone who you know is struggling with the same decision. If you're ready to talk about how your home fits into a bigger retirement strategy that reflects your goals and your values, click the link in the description below. Schedule a conversation with me. When you have a clear plan, you can make these decisions with confidence, and that's what retirement should feel like.